Now the moving part of our journey is going to look very different than we expected, because the person who bought this farmhouse actually also bought all of the things in it. And I know that this is very common in some countries, but in the Netherlands it is not. Because in the Netherlands you usually buy or rent an empty box. And sometimes it even comes without floors. Now, I've also heard that in Germany they even take the kitchens out. And that's not a thing in the Netherlands, because the kitchens usually stay. Besides that though, it is not common to leave all kinds of things behind unless you rent a furbished apartment. But with this we are talking about furniture, like a couch, a cabinet, a table and chairs and maybe a bed to sleep in. And not about all of the personal things and about the emotional things that you are attached to. Because none of these things usually stay when you buy or rent a house in the Netherlands. Over here though, it is a little bit different, because the person that bought this house only wanted to buy it with every single little thing in it. So that means that everything that we have collected over the course of years and years with going to flea markets and thrift stores is going to stay here. And all of these things are extremely unique. So the agreement that we made about replacing some of the things that we do want to take, because there are exceptions. And right now we are talking about the things that Rogier is extremely emotionally attached to, is that all of these things need to be replaced with something else that is just as unique. And this, by the way, is a little something that Rogier bought for his toilet of curiosities. And it is something that he has now decided that he wants to take. So how are you going to replace something like this? I don't know. Anyway, what it comes down to is that we need to go over every single little corner that we have in the farmhouse. And then we are going to need to make a list with the things that we are going to need to replace. And then all of these things are going to need to be packed, which is going to be the perfect opportunity to show you everything. And not just all of the things that are there right now, but also all of the replacements. Because right now we are already in the process of buying some of the things that we do know that we want to take. So it is going to be a packing slash decorating slash showing you around slash shopping slash thrift haul situation. Because there are also things that we bought whilst looking for all of the other things for the new house. And these are things that obviously do not have to be replaced because they weren't here when we sold the farmhouse. So these are just things that we are going to pack and move to the new house. And this, you know, packing everything is going to be the perfect opportunity for me to show you all of the new things that we have thrifted. So right now I'm going to start with emptying out a cabinet that we have in the kitchen. And then I'm going to pack all of the things that we are going to take. And then I'm at the same time also going to replace the things that are going to come out. Because we already bought some replacements for the cabinet that I'm going to pack right now. Yes, what are we going to do with this? Oh, I can't even get it off because it is stuck to the cabinet. So we might need to do a little bit of cleaning. Can you see it? It's okay. It's okay, you can stay. The lamp though is coming, even though there's no plug. So this is going to be a fixer-upper. Belle! Hi! So, let's dive into it. And then we will see how this video is going to continue, because we only have 2 or 3 days before we are going on another trip to the new house in Sweden. And the main thing that we are going to drive to Sweden right now is actually the wagon on wheels that we are going to turn into a tiny home slash gypsy wagon Swedish style. Anyway, it is an interesting project that we are going to move across all kinds of countries, and we are a little bit stressed about it because the wagon is a lot heavier than we expected, and the van was struggling a little bit with it when we pulled it to the temporary place where it has been in the last couple of days. So right now Rogier is on his way to a weighing station with the entire thing, just to see how heavy it actually is. Okay, so now we are going to start over here. Because this is where all of the mess is. Now a really good example of something that we are going to have to replace is this. Because we do want to take the little vintage print with the kittens on it. And the same for this little thing, because Rogier really loves it. So this is coming with us to Sweden too. The little balls with the flowers on it are going to stay. The same for the little lamp, oil lamp. And all of the things over here, which I do have to say is a little bit difficult for me, because I would love to bring the little lamp. So I am going to keep my eyes open for a replacement. I already noticed though that this is really difficult to find. So for now, it is staying. Now we actually decided to replace all of the dishes with real wedge wood. This is actually quite expensive, even in the thrift store, but it is also very beautiful. There's another one! Now, are we excited about moving to Sweden? This is something that I bought for the new house. And this, by the way, was something that I wasn't planning to bring to Sweden, but now that I see these two things together, I actually really love this. And this is the tricky part, you know? What if you buy something new for the farmhouse and you like it so much that you actually want to keep it? And I think that in this case I am actually going to take the painting too. Because I can't do it. I can't do it, you guys. Oh, and by the way, Rogier just came back from weighing the trailer with the wagon on top of it, and it was 500 kilos over the weight limit. So that explains why the van was struggling with pulling the trailer. So now he took out all of the metal plates that we also took from the side when we picked up the wagon, because these things were stored on the inside of the wagon, and just taking the plates out already lowered the weight with 450 kilos. He was also planning to take the thing off that I don't know how to call in English, but in Dutch it is called a dissel, and this is what you use to pull the wagon, and it's really heavy too. So he is going to take that off, and I think with this being gone, we are already underneath the limit. So that's great. It does mean though that we are not going to be able to bring a lot more, except for some of the things that are going to be able to fit into the van. And there's already a locker there on the inside of the van, because I found it on Marketplace for free too. So yeah, there's stuff that we are moving that we weren't planning to move, because I saw all of these free things, and then I went a little bit crazy because I was just shopping all of my stress away, and this is what happened. Now we are the proud owners of a tiny house and a very old metal locker cabinet, and also a whole bunch of other stuff that I don't even remember picking up. Anyway, this is also something really funny. And it is a little collection of all kinds of very old bottles and ink jars and some other things that I need to sort, because I am not going to keep all of this. Okay, so this is the pile with the things that we are going to leave behind. This is a little maybe pile, and this is the pile with the things that I want to keep. Yeah. And I think that it is just mainly the just simple glass bottles that I don't want anymore. Maybe. Keep. Oh. Maybe. This belongs on top of this thing. Go. Go. A little egg. Keep. Oh, this is a beautiful one. Oh, and the question, by the way, is this going to stay in the farmhouse, or are we just going to bring this to the thrift store? Okay, so now all of this is going to stay, because it is just not all that interesting. Although I do have to say that I might want to keep one of these, because I have two. Yeah, okay, so I would love to know how old you are, and if you remember writing with something like this on the end of your pen, because I do, and it was horrible. Horrible. And then another thing that I also found was a whole bunch of these beautiful vintage curtain rings, and this, by the way, is made out of bone, and they are really old, and I have been looking for these because I do want to sew my own curtains for all of the beautiful windows that I have in my classroom. And this is because I already noticed how bright the sun is, and I also noticed how dark the nights are, because there's no light pollution over there. I'm already looking forward to just sitting down and sewing all of the rings onto the curtains. Although I'm probably going to regret my decision after the first curtain, but hey, what's new? I always regret every single project that I start, because I'm always so excited when I get started, and then after a while I'm just completely over it, and then I'm just horrified by my decision making to always make every single thing myself. The gypsy wagon though is probably not going to be something that I'm going to regret, because this, you guys, is going to be so much fun. And I'm also so excited about your excitement, because a lot of people were really excited after seeing it, and I can't wait to start working on this project because it is just going to be marvelous. Oh, and this, by the way, is just a little collection of fossils and a tooth from a shark. Okay, so now this is not going to fit into the box, but I am going to take it because I really love this. And footpath, by the way, means sidewalk. So that's coming with us, and this is going or staying or whatever. And then all of these things will go back into the box for now. I just do really love collecting things. Oh, and then there's this thing that Rogier bought for the toilet of curiosities too, even though it was meant to hang in a kitchen, because you can take this off, and then this is something that you can use for picking up a hot pan. Who is going to do this though? You know, taking it off and putting it back every single time you want to pick up a pen. Anyway, maybe there are people who actually have the time for that. We are not those people though, so this is probably going to end up in the toilet of curiosities, and I am going to show you the toilet of curiosities. So stay tuned for all of the crazy things, including this. Good morning, we have another day with more cabinets to sort, more boxes to pack, more curiosities to show you. More spaces to film, and another story to tell. For now, I'm just going to focus on sorting out another cabinet and unpacking some of the boxes that are still empty, because we only have one more day left before we are going on another trip to the new house in Sweden. And we are actually planning to stay for a week, maybe even a little bit longer, because after all of the hard work and after all of the stress that we've had, we really need a little bit of time to relax. As for the cabinet, things are slowly coming together because I found a replacement for the little kittens. The two little wobbly heads are just hilarious, and actually from the 60s. It is something that I decided to buy because I think that the new owner is actually really going to like this. The little lamp is back because we actually have two. And Rogier really wanted to leave this one on the top of the cabinet. And then besides that, there are still some empty spaces to fill and some more dishes to collect. So to be continued on the cabinet. Moving is actually not something that feels stressful to me at all. I'm just excited about doing everything and about packing everything and about moving everything. Another thing that I'm also very excited about is just telling you the story about how the very unique personality that bought this farmhouse came to actually buying it, because it is a very interesting story to tell, and it is something that I was planning to do in this video, but I have decided just to turn it into two parts because I really want to start uploading more videos, and this one is already long enough right now for me to upload it. And this is also because I've just been so absent lately, and not just with uploading videos but also just emotionally because of all of the stress that we have had. I just haven't been feeling outgoing and capable of entertaining people, so filming videos was a really big struggle, and I've also been really tired. Right now though, I'm slowly starting to feel better, and I just have my excitement back, and I'm ready to dive back into filming some proper videos for you guys. And I also want to thank you for all of your support and for sticking around and for being patient and for writing all of your amazing comments and for subscribing to my channel, because it really means a lot. And if there's one thing that I feel excited about, it is actually about sharing our journey with all of you guys, because it truly feels like we are in this together, and I really love our little community. So thank you so much. Right now I'm just going to focus on packing some of my beautiful plates that I found in Sweden actually when we were there the last time. And there are also all kinds of other things that I really want to show you, like the toilet of curiosities. And this is actually something that I'm planning to film today, because I should have done that months ago and I didn't. But I'm going to do it. And you are going to see it in the next video that is going to be online. So I really hope to see you then. For now though, thank you so much for watching this video and I really hope you enjoyed it. Bye!